And your first Manchester derby.
This is the same thing when you look at the passion, the way the people in the city lives the derby. So it's in that area is the same.
Michael Owen! Michael Owen! Can you believe this? It defies description.
The dominant city of the Premier League era. And here comes a derby which they both really need. This will be a nasty one to lose. Martinez. Hamad through the middle, he's got a touch on it, and Hamad!
League titles between them. This remains one of the cornerstone fixtures of the Premier League era and beyond. Rice. This time it works. Urian Timber goes to thank the provider. Saka. Party! He headed it across. William Saliba touched it in. Arsenal lead by 2, intent on chasing down Liverpool.
Lead by 2, and by 2 set pieces, one from the left, one from the right.
There's going to be ups and downs. This is one of those downs, but you're all together and you learn from it, I guess.
Of course, and we have to. I think everybody here has experienced ups and downs in football, so you have to continue your job doing the same things.
Dan Ashworth has left his job. The club say it's mutual. The reports around it say he was pushed. Your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, something like that can't be mutual. I think when Ineos came in to Manchester United, everyone knew that there was going to be huge changes. There has been massive redundancies within the club, a complete overhaul of the executive of the club in terms of the CEO, CFO, sporting director, technical director, manager, obviously, just recently as well. And you would have expected large changes, but not changes for this position. You know, Dan Ashworth was headhunted for many, many months. He was obviously chased for about 10 months. I think he was on gardening leave for 4 or 5 months. He was paid millions of pounds for. I worked with Dan Ashworth at the FA for probably 2 years, and he's been very successful wherever he's been, at Brighton, West Brom, the FA, at Newcastle most recently. I'm really shocked this morning that this has happened, and it's not a great look at all. It's something that's going to need a lot of explaining, and I think that the statement that the club have put out is really poor.
What is the impact for the manager when the sporting director leaves the club?
For me, the most important, this is a transitional phase, and you can understand in our club a lot of changes during the season. But the important thing is that we have one path, and that doesn't change. But the important thing is the idea, maintain the idea. I think that we will maintain with the different people. This is a results game, and we have to manage that also. But for me, the way is really clear in my head. It's not just focused now on the results. We want to win it, but we have to start right away.
Certainly has had his first setback in charge with that defeat at Arsenal. Good one from a corner this season, Chris Wood. And they've got another one! What a start for Milenkovic and for Nottingham Forest as they go a goal up here inside 2 minutes with Milenkovic's first goal for the club. They slotted it through brilliantly, and Hoyland follows up, and Manchester United are level. From Hudson-Odoi, and it's Gibbs-White! And it completely wrong-footed Andre Onana, and for the second time in this match, Nottingham Forest are ahead. They started the first half strongly, they've started the second half strongly as well. Wood with a header back across, and it's in! You take it all away. It's Fernandes! And a route back into this game is offered to Manchester United by their captain.
Yeah, still a long way to go. Nobody, I mean, this was tough. And what I would say about, again, this is my opinion, sometimes you have to let players suffer a little bit. Like you have ideas that you want to get across, let them play through it. Look, he's chasing the game. I think he can chase the game in other ways, but it just shows what a long-term project this is.
They looked a mess at the end, United, with no real shape. I actually think, at least in the first half, they weren't brilliant, but at least they had a shape to them.
So on Monday morning, on the training ground, what's the first and most important thing he does?
In terms of progress, is it happening the way you imagined it would be?
More or less, you always have surprises to understand. You have an idea of a player, and then you have one or two surprises. In the good way, in the bad way, it can change from player. But I already know that is a big job. It will take time.
¿Cómo has visto la adaptación del equipo al nuevo entrenador, a las nuevas ideas?
Bien, la verdad que muy bien. Él tiene poco tiempo porque hay partidos muy seguidos, muy cerca, y bueno, es importante el entrenador tratar de transmitir la idea, y creo que lo viene haciendo muy bien. Los resultados también acompañan porque es importante ganar mientras cambiamos de entrenador, y la verdad que nos sentimos bien, estamos ganando y de a poco entendiendo más lo que él quiere.
Thank you, Jules. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the home of Pilsner, where Ruben Amorim has inherited one hell of a hangover. And he looks to upset this festival-like atmosphere and win his first foreign assignment with Manchester United.
Be interested to know after the game what's the characteristic in his team. A 10 and a 9.
Oh, given away by Anana, and straight to Salt, who centres it. Ginger is there! What a mistake from Andre Anana! Manchester United are behind in Czechia, and it's a mess all of their own making. Wants it. It's a lovely little flick through the legs. It's Ahmad, it's Højlund. He could have missed from there. Manchester United back on terms. Fernandes, intelligent into Rasmus Højlund, they've done it! Bruno Fernandes, take a bow, fella! And there's fury amongst his teammates, and that is the last action of the game. Manchester United become the first team since Barcelona 2 years ago to win here in Europe.
We managed to not give up. That was a key point for me. It's really important in this moment, and we won. But they are a very, very strong team with a lot of years working together. So they won a lot. They lost a lot also in Champions League. But they are so good on what they do. But we want to win, like Manchester City. So it's a game that both teams are not living the greatest moments of the season. But it is always a derby, and we want to win it.
City unsteady on their pedestal. United amid the painful birth pangs of another new era. But this, in all its stark partisanship, is a here and now day. It is them or us. And this can be their everything. Went short, Gundogan. De Bruyne squeezes something in, and Manchester City have a lead! Josko Gvardiol! How they've thirsted for that! It was Højlund, and he's rolled it through for Bruno Fernandes! Who lifted it wide, but that's an awful back pass from Nunes. Ahmad. kick. Ahmad upended, Anthony Taylor on the scene, and Manchester United have a glimpse of salvation here. Bruno Fernandes may have dug out the Reds. And now there's nothing between them on Derby Day. Martinez, Ahmad through the middle, he's got a touch on it, and Ahmad has scored for Manchester United in the 90th minute. That's a staggering moment, a mood-turning moment. From nowhere and from behind, United have turned it round in a trice. The end. The Diallo derby for Manchester United. The healing, restorative, uplifting power of a derby win. A win on the turf of their champion neighbours. And here is a day when that boy became a man. He stood out, he puffed out his chest, he made the moments at the climax of a curious game.